Hello and welcome back to Shadow Tower Abyss. Last time was a long while ago. If you're from the future and you don't know what I'm talking about, I did have a break of a couple of months, and then quarantines happened and I couldn't find a DS4 to save my life. And I wasn't paying over $100 on Amazon to buy from a third party. Eventually though, I did find one. And we're back to playing. In the interim, though, From Software Ephemera Collector Baller Swag Sword found one of the art books, and he was kind enough to give me a scan. So this episode we'll be having some stats pop up for each of the creatures that we will come across. This is the illusion world area, or the vision world area, as the Artbook calls it. It's also my favorite floor, generally because of the aesthetics. Very Keenhurst. So let's go back and explore more thoroughly, because I know last time we just walked right through, and I thought that we would come back to this. Just gonna take a look at my items. We'll know what that foot traffic is in just a bit, actually. Go back to the beginning. So when you come in, you are faced with a shop, and it is the only shop in this floor. This floor loops around and travels back in on itself quite a bit. So it's actually the only needed shop, because it's always sort of close by. As you can see, it's very Keenhurst. In my opinion, this is probably the hotel level of the tower, or what once was the hotel level of the tower. It's very high class, very first class. Let's take a look at the sconces. And they are aliens hunched over, holding up fire. See the webbed feet at the bottom there. So there are doors on either side. It doesn't open. And this door is markedly different, with what looks to be creatures with long hair with their arms out. It also isn't open. So here is the first gimmick of this level. When you beat a sub-boss, of which there are 4, a fire lights up here. When you have level 4, you can open up this door. This is the door to the final boss. So just keep that in mind. Back to the save point. So what you were going to see is our first sub-boss, and we'll talk about it after we attempt to defeat him. These knight-looking sub-bosses are actually called Nemesis. And there are 3 different types. There is the Gu and the Ru Nemesises. This purple guy is a Nemesis. The Ru Nemesis is the final boss. And the other nemesis is a fire guy. I'll put up a quick card with his stats here, and I'll probably correct myself because I probably got their names mixed up. These creatures are called Pestises, according to the Artbook. And a pestis is a pest, obviously, but it is one half of the Latin term for the bubonic plague, so it is calling them plague. Also, akin to Canehurst, there are women bound and holding a flame. But if you look closely, they have one eye, and they are somewhat alien. There's another pestis that we haven't found yet, and it is more important than these guys. These guys are very easy to kill. See, there's another one of the sconces above. That's where we came in. And there is our first treasure chest. Our first reward for defeating the first nemesis. See how we're doing on weight. 64. Let's take a quick look at our new items. We've gotten the solid metal arms, which resist blinds. And I think this is what we just got. The new Stardust Howl, which does fast HP recover and paralyze null. This is compared to our fast HP and MP recover and resist paralyze. Not as good, but we'll keep it just in case. Through there. So now, what you can see, since we defeated one of the nemesi, we now have one of the flames lit. And also, this flame is lit, which means the door is open. Get rid of these Pestis. This is here. Card should be right here. And as you can see, she's differentiated because she is a deeper tone. These Pestises carry what is called a void key. And if we watch her, she disappears somewhere. I'm gonna take it, and then we're gonna take some treasure and talk to some walls to continue a new despair. Embrace life. Embrace empty space. In the center is where we will put our new void key. It frees magic that unites broken paths. Now that it is empowered, we can continue on. If we came here without putting the void key in, this would not be lit up. This is the other main gimmick and puzzle of the area, is that there are teleporters that allow you to double back upon the level. It switches back, doubles back. Very reminiscent of Kingsfield 1 with its teleporters, and Teleporter and Eternal Ring, and of course the Soul series. So this is the path that was united. And this is the hub for the level. Covered in Pestises. They go down quite easily. Now if you saw when I started up, there is a Pestis over here. And it is a dark Pestis, which makes it so we can watch it move on. We'll figure out where they go soon. And this is just a skeleton. It supports the idea that not many people have got this far in the Shadow Tower. Many people just die, and the vast majority die earlier. So here is the puzzle for the level. We have presented with 4 different pillars, and the puzzle is to unite all of the paths. Now normally this is a trial and error kind of thing. You start one, you see you can't get past a path to get further, and then you try the other one. Fortunately, we already know what the order is. So we're going to start with the yellow pillar, or the gold pillar. This illuminates the yellow. We go right behind us to the green hallway. We find that the yellow teleporter has lit up. We should be able to transport to the one in the background. If we look up or down, we can see it's a vast nothingness. Down the hall is another door. And another nemesis. They're very quick. And this fire nemesis is downed. It drops a bracelet. And I think that's the Requiem, or maybe it's the ring. We got the Vice Shield earlier. Acrid Magic Ring, loses Crawling Acid Smoke, rare. We also got the Vanity Swell. Shining Holy Chaos Gem, calls Exploding Light Spear, rare. Chaos Eater, which I'm pretty sure we already read. The Blood Blade is Red Blood Gem, calls Blazing Fire Pillar, which is what was used against us by that nemesis. And just for completion's sake, just in case, Shining Black Chaos Gem, calls Dark Lightning, rare. Gonna put that back on. Our reward is another pair of some leg gauntlets, which I don't think are better. No. Armor of rare silvery material, resist conditions. So if you are worried about conditions more than you're worried about your health and MP, then this is what you want. We did pass a door, so we're gonna go check that out. Deal with this Pestis again. Now that both fires are lit up, we can go through it. It is locked otherwise. In it is a bracelet. Now, let me make sure I'm finished. All right. Back to the center. We have some Pestises to take care of. this is what they look like when they are not lit up. So let me go back. Ah, there she is. So once you complete them and they walk off, you can watch her walk off. We have the next key to continue. Now you could assume that they go to the center, and you'd kind of be right. Now let's deal with these pestises again. And now we will light up the purple. Purple will light up the hall right behind us. And that is the blue hall. Lighting up the purple teleporter. We get a different view of the center. If we look up, we can see another teleporter up there, which is a clue. Here we will find another guy who has found his end. And another pathway. Here we'll find a soul pod. And a couple more windows, another door, another open door. But we will find our nemesis first. First of all, well, let me just check. Okay, yeah, we have to find our nemesis first. As you can see, this window here looks markedly different, which means it's an illusion. We have a wall that talks over here. New light, faint spirit. We'll explore that hallway in just a bit. First, we have a date. Who is rude? The Pestises are really easy to kill, but as you can see there, if you get them really angry and you leave them alone, they can really do a lot of damage. They're basically a glass cannon. With that Nemesis down, we can move on. Faint spirit. We get another hallway. Don't worry, I know that's an illusory wall that we did not touch yet. We can see a drop. Alright, there is a ring there. Reminds me of the Chalice dungeon with a similar drop. Alright, so we'll take that teleporter in just a moment. I want to see what's behind the next illusory wall first. Alright, so this is the red teleporter. So let's do the yellow one first, and then I guess we'll come back for the red one. Another bracelet. So there's a lot of, like a lot here. Luck per can. Prayer beads greatly boost magic defense. Rare, resist magic. Very good for the nemesises if you are under leveled or under geared. Looks like we got a second blood blade on the way here. So now we can take that red teleporter and see where that goes. and we land at the center. Get rid of Pestis. Let's check to see how we're doing on weight. I want to get rid of some items and put them in the box, so let's go do that. This level does load you down with lots of items. So making sure you're overburdened is essential. We can see now that we have 3 out of the 4 plus the one up top. Make sure. Yes, I chose correctly. Just gonna put some things away. And what we just did get is a magic helm, bestows great strength and spirit. Rare. Not as good as the Mephistopheles mask, but it is pretty cool. Put that away. Oh, I have a weapon in each hand. That's funny. And while we're here... Oh, right. Okay, yeah. It's a two-handed weapon. That's right. And while we're here, we might as well give it another save. So our next pillar should be the white one. Right, we didn't get it. So we have to go and find the void key. So there is a couple of doors we didn't go, so we need to go back and explore just a little bit more. You can watch her walk off. We can grab our new item, and we can head back to the center. Now, we can go down the red hall. Because that turns on the white pillars. Now you can see below where you're gonna go. They're not straight across anymore, or where you've come from. Rather, grab the heel. So we are presented with our Void Fairy door, which is locked, and another teleporter. Take a look around. Now you can see this is one of the purple teleporters that we lit up earlier, leading to a white one, which we just did. Allowing us entry to our next nemesis. He drops a really cool sword. It is in the Artbook. In game, it is translated to the Raja Ramdo, which, yes, that's what it's called in the Artbook too. It is the best Ramdow in the game. It's also a two-handed sword. So we might use it. It's very cool. But our Divine Wind is doing quite a bit of work. So we're done here, and we know where the Void Fairy door is. We should just travel on backwards. And once again, she travels out the door. Take our jewel. Finally, we make it back to the center with our last Void Fairy key. Now, I kind of wonder if they actually meant fairy as in fairies, which would be a callback to Kingsfield. Hard to tell. I'd have to get out my Japanese version. Or see if it's in the art book. Should be. The art book I do have is mostly a data book rather than an art book. It has the data for all of the weapons, all of the creatures, all of the bosses, and all of the maps in the game. So we just lit up the green teleporters. Interesting room. It's quite a bit darker here. You can see the Void Fairy door. Another teleporter. Here is a dead end. Another dead end. There's a teleporter and a dead end, but there's a trail of blood, and if we remember the Chalk Stone area, a trail of blood usually leads to something interesting. And with it, we do find something interesting. It is a hidden hallway. Seek the darkness. The curse will break. So this is the source of our blood. Another soul pot. But he died. Just checking to see if I have any ash. I do not. So for this, I'm going to put on Stardust Howl because Brilliant Saga is very close to breaking. And its effect is way more important than it actually being on my body. Swanky new leggings. Get rid of the Pestises. We are granted one more crown. And now we can head backwards. Make a stop at the Void Ferry door. Somebody drop some bow and arrow ammo. And get some arms. And now we can continue heading backwards. So now we are finished with the main level. We can head back, we can make a save, and then we can go meet the true Nemesis. I'll probably resave because I just remembered I had a soul pot. And a black soul pot, which is plus 20. We'll start bumping up magic stuff. I got turned around there. So now let's go back to the center room with the door. The door should be open now. Traveled on a hallway full of those disturbing looking sconces. We come to a vista to show off what the boss room looks like. An enclosed space full of fire and what seems to be an altar right in front of it. Get another look at the final boss room. And since it's a boss, let's use our new shotgun, which is this one. Because bosses get bullets. I think that's the thing we have learned today, or throughout this entire one. Pestises all join together, and it is revealed that the Pestises form the Nemesi. We serve the Great Will and share in this world. To obey the will, to defend the purpose, for that reason, we exist. This is the Nemesis, final boss of the Shadow Tower. Well, final boss of the final level of the Shadow Tower. There is one more boss, but it is kind of a victory lap. Kind of. It's not that easy. But this is the Nemesis. Your power, however strong, opposes the Great Will. We must stop you. Above all else, that is our purpose. Hold on. I really don't think I have any ammo. Oh, funny. Thought I did. M14. Oh well. So, side note, while I'm waiting for him to get closer, when you slice off a piece of him, one of the other minor nemesises will show up. He can float. Don't try to follow him. Our destruction opposes the will. However, if it must be so, did we live too long a life? So you didn't see it, but other nemesises who are spawned by cutting off his arms spawn right about here. Which is why I didn't turn around, just went for it. And you got to see the cool Ramdao in action. So now that we have the final elevator key, we can head back. And if we take a look down, the fire has been quelled. It's now just a chapel. Which is probably what it actually was. A chapel for these alien creatures riding around on a spaceship. Escaping a world that was destroyed. Next time on Shadow Tower Abyss, we will be tackling the final area of the game, which is a single room, called the Brightly Jewel area. Until next time.